We are back. Bit of a fun one today. I made these small, they glow in the dark little mushrooms with UV resin. And I've got this bit of wood bark from the garden. I've got a set of fairy lights we're going to decorate. We can cut these down as well. And I've just got some dried flowers that we're going to decorate it with as well. I did think about this, and I did think about drilling through the bark and then putting the lights underneath. But I think what I'm going to do is just UV glue them to the bark and then kind of try and hide it all with some dried flowers and the little glow in the dark mushrooms. So we're going to be using the Lex Resin UV for this. And for the powders, we have the glow in the dark set of 12 from Lex Resin too. So to begin with, I'm going to be setting my lights where I want them. So it is just going to be a case, I'm not going to need, there are a lot of lights on here. I'm not going to need them all. So we can just hold the wire down. We want the bulbs facing upwards. And with that held down, we can then just apply a dab of UV resin to either side of the bulb, and then just grab our handy UV light and just cure that in place. And I'm going to speed this up and just decorate the bark how I want it. Okay, looks a bit ugly at the moment, but give it some time. So once we're happy with the amount of lights that we've added, we just snip off the excess, and I could always use that excess to extend another set of lights if I need to. I just need to solder them together. And the good thing about this bark is it kind of hides the battery pack and some of the wires underneath, but I can always UV these in place underneath as well, just to keep them a bit more tidy. So now it comes to, how do we make the mushrooms? Now there is a lot to choose from, but we're just going to stick with a couple of colours I think. So this is the yellow. So all we need to do is just mix that in with some UV. So we just pour some of our UV in a cup. And then we add our glow powder. You don't need much. And then we're just going to stir that in. And just make sure there's no lumps. And this is, there's a few ways of doing this. You can do them so they have a more natural look by doming. But I haven't got anything rounded to be able to do that on, I don't think. Actually, yes I do. We'll try a couple of techniques, but this is the easiest one that I have found. All we do, my mat is silicone, so it won't stick. We're just going to drop a blob onto my mat and then just cure that in place. Now for the stems, you could probably find a different way of doing this, but I just run my UV across my mat again like that, and then just cure that one as well. And then you'll see they've not fully cured underneath, so we just need to flip them over, because that UV is not penetrating properly. And then what you can do with the stalk, you don't have to do this because you can keep the flat bit at the back, but you can just dome the back so it's more rounded. Really is simple, easy to do. And then just cure that again just to make sure there's no stickiness. Now this bit can be a bit fiddly, but we're just going to use that same mixture that we've made up, apply it to the back or the bottom of the mushroom, and then using a pair of tweezers, we are going to hold that and then glue it with our handy little flashlight. It's easier with this flashlight than using the proper lamp. And then you can add another dab just to harden that and make sure it really is secure. There we have our first glowing mushroom, and you can mix up different powders and dot that on the top just to give it a more natural effect, but these really do glow. Wait until you see the end results. I'm now just going to give it a quick blast under the normal lamp. Now the other way is you can use this mould and flip it upside down. I haven't tried this yet. And then we use our glow mix that we've already got and just cover the underneath of one of the moulds. I haven't tried it, so I'm not sure what it's going to turn out like. And just cure that. And you'll be left with, you might have to do some trimming, you'll be left with a more natural look, but I don't think these will hold as much charge as the ones that I have made. Okay, I've got a few made up. I might make some more. So now all we need to do is I've just poured some UV into this little cup. And this is going to be the time consuming part really. We're just going to, one at a time, just group them around the lights. It's going to be a bit fiddly. And then again with our handy torch, just glue those in place. And again, I'm going to skip this part. I'll just show the one because it is going to be quite time consuming, but you get what I'm doing anyway. Okay, so all my little mushrooms are in, and now I just need to start with hiding these wires with some dried flowers. Now you could probably do this bit with a glue gun, but as I've got my UV out, I'm just going to spend a bit of time just gluing bits in place as I go really. It's going to take me a bit of time, but this I find it's quite therapeutic, to be honest with you. As always, massive shout out to my channel members, anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks, it's very much appreciated. So yeah, there's lots of different dried flowers that you could use for this in these boxes that you get on Amazon. There is quite a lot to choose from, but I'm just going to fast forward this bit as well, just so I'm not boring you. So you can see I've invested quite a bit of time to try and hide as many of the wires as possible. So now we go and test it in the dark. So there it is with the lights on. Hopefully we'll get a good glow. There it is. As always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and if you haven't subbed, hit that sub button for me. That is super cool. I love it. See you for the next one. Bye for now.